Well, hello everybody. It's so good to be back in my little workshop again. It's 6 months since I was in here and doing various little projects. During that time we've had a bitterly cold winter, as you'll all know. And I toddled away to sunny Spain for a little winter break. But now I'm back in my workshop. And I'm back with this project, and the project that I got involved in was a very long, complicated one. It was, if you remember, the electrical therapy machine, and I've now finished it. It's been a long job, but at long last I can say it's finished. And this is what we've done with it. If you remember, it was extremely heavy. It had valves in it, and it had a 2-core mains lead, so it was just very, very dangerous. It had these old valves which would never worked. They're too old to expect anything out of them. The electrolytic capacitors in it would never have worked again because of its age. Everything was too old, and it was also extremely dangerous. Rubber insulation on the mains lead. No earthing, no fusing, just too dangerous. I couldn't really, in all consciousness, pass it on as serviced or working or just a demonstration or novelty value. Somebody would have plugged it in and killed themselves. So this is what we've done. We've stripped all the valves out of it. All the high voltage electronics, everything's gone out of it, and we're putting in a little tiny printed circuit board. The observant amongst you will notice it's Veriboard. So I put a piece of Veriboard in there containing modern electronics, and we've put a battery pack on the back there to power it. So it's now doing exactly as it did before, but it's a fraction of the weight, and it's also not going to kill anybody. Still gives a fair amount of voltage out from this little battery pack. Still pretty impressive. Switch it on. You might not see it in this daylight, but you switch it on here. There's a bulb comes on, little red bulb there as before, but you might not see it with all the lights. So that's it, completely modernised and safe. I also did the box. If you remember, the box was very, very scruffy. So the box has been given a fresh lease of life by gently restoring it, and it's looking very, very presentable now. So everything is working. So we can say we'll put it back in the box now. Open the lid, shove that back there. I'm not going to screw it down in the box, just going to place it in. I don't plan on putting the screws back in the bottom because of the batteries. Because if you want to replace the batteries, it'll be much easier to replace the batteries and get them in and out just by leaving things as they are. So that's it. That's down. That's as far as it goes, yeah. Yeah. That's it. It's not being caught on anything. So there we are. Completely restored, fully working, electric. What did it call it? An Indola unit made by Stanley, and it will still do everything it should. I've also made some leads up because there was no leads with it, using a bit more modern wire. Raining out there as usual. what's new there. So we've got these spade connectors. So you put these on. Put a couple of spade connectors on like this. And tighten it up gently. So there's two leads, and the other end of the lead has got the standard tiny little connectors that you put on TENS machines. So here's some TENS machine pads, and these will plug into the TENS machines pads, and so you can actually use it as a working TENS machine. You have to be a bit careful with the controls, because the controls work exactly as they did before. The output level you can alter, high and low, for both output pads, and you can alter the frequency. And it does give quite a lot of voltage out of it. It's quite a powerful amount of voltage coming out of it, more than the little tiny pocket TENS machines that you get. It gives a bit more than that. So you've got to be careful that you don't turn it up too high. But that's it. Fully working Cox Therapy TENS machine. Some people would perhaps be a bit unhappy that it's no longer original, that I took the valves out, but it would never have worked in its original form, and it was extremely dangerous. Somebody would have plugged it in just to see what happened and ended up killing themselves. So it just was not worth the risk. The fellow that passed it on to me says you must never plug it in, and having looked at it, I agree. So now we've gone from just a heavy lump of useless junk to something that still looks and retains the original age and appearance, having done away with some of the scuff marks on there. We've still got the original age. It's not been polished and French polished to make it absolutely glistening and new. It's just been sort of semi-restored. So there we are, completely working, completely functioning. A nice little talking piece, a nice little novelty item and talking piece that will actually function in a similar way to it always has. So you can connect the TENS machines on, connect the pads onto your body, stick a couple of pads on, connect a lead up, and being very, very careful, start with the lowest setting and slowly turn it up, and you will get the effect that it always had. So what more can I say? Project's done. I enjoyed doing it, but it was also very, very stressful at times, with a lot of head scratching to work out what I had to do. But there we are. One Stanley Cox Therapy machine working, and now looking for a new owner who will possibly just use it as a talking piece and display item, but there's no chance of them killing themselves if they do switch it on. Just making sure it was switched off then. I don't want to put it away with the battery switched on. Batteries are a bit expensive these days. It uses AA batteries now. Just uses a small number, I think it's eight AA batteries, which are, you know, reasonably priced and easy to get hold of. So thanks for watching.